Welcome back to East Central, where we bring you the best entertainment conversations from Africa and the world. That's what we do. Yes, so I told you that we're going to be having a very interesting conversation before the break, and we're going to be looking at the entertainment, the Nigerian music scene, this so far. Let's see what has been happening. And we're in CU4 right now, and a lot has happened this year. We have our guest, Luther Oruye. He's a talent manager and A&R, joining us from Lagos to touch on what this year has brought for us so far. Luther, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing great. Nice having me here.
Yeah, great stuff, great stuff. So now let's jump right into it because of time. Now, the year 2024 has been an exciting and transformative period for African music, marking significant achievements, cultural milestones, and international recognitions for artists across the continent. Now, let's look at how the year has been so far with some major highlights and trends that have defined African music in 2024. Let's start with the global dominance of Afrobeat. Now, Omah Lay and Rema and Shallipopi, they have been featured in the highly anticipated EAFC 25 soundtrack. For those who are gamers, they can understand, reflecting the genre's global influence and popularity. Now, what do you have to say about this, looking at our artists that are having these kind of global attention and recognition being put on a big platform like that? What do you have to say to this?
Okay, so as a gamer personally, I've been gaming since I was 10, I can remember, and we all grew up listening to all the songs on the platforms of this soccer tournaments or soccer games. And right now, I love the fact that Afrobeats has been given the opportunity globally to feature on those platforms, and it's expected. We are right where we want to be right now globally. We're getting the right kind of attention. Despite what everybody is saying about Afrobeats going down, it's actually, for me, it's giving more and more, breaking more and more boundaries as we're rising up globally. So at least, for me, it's expected, and I'm definitely going to enjoy listening to the songs.
Because it's quite remarkable seeing that these artists are joined a lineup of international stars showcasing the growing demand for Afrobeats. Like you said, people are saying it's going down, but look at what's happening. Now, someone like Asake, he continued to break records, surpassing Burna Boy as the artist with the most entries on the Billboard U.S. Who would ever think that an artist like Asake would top Billboard U.S.? What do you have to say to this, though?
Okay, so with Asake, it's faster than I personally anticipated. It is breaking more and more boundaries and getting more and more recognition and giving us more confidence to actually push Afrobeats to the world. So with Asake beating Burna, it's just showing that it's actually the market and the table is open for everybody to break through. It's open for every single young African artist to look at other markets and dominating those markets. It's amazing what Asake is actually achieving right now, and I look forward to other Afrobeat artists achieving those things too.
Now, there was kind of like a stereotype back then talking about how, I spoke to someone recently talking about how Afrobeat had become diluted because they wanted to appeal to the international audience. And seeing someone like Asake, who is taking our Yoruba, language and putting it there, putting it on the global stage without diluting its authenticity. What do you think is giving Afrobeat that leverage to be able to play on that global scale, knowing the fact that our language is still not totally understood by the world? What do you think is giving Afrobeat that leverage?
Music has always been a vibe. I remember when Makossa was reading in Nigeria, when we were listening to a lot of the Congolese or South African music growing up, and we never really understood what they were talking about in the music, but we just enjoyed the vibe. That's what Afrobeats is bringing to the world, and that's what music is generally. Feeling the emotion attached to the song in question, the artist in question, the message, how that vibration of the sound, how it makes you feel internally, and how it makes you want to express yourself. That's how I feel Afrobeats is. It doesn't matter the language you're speaking. It doesn't matter if you're even as we do in Afrobeats, we vibe whether you're actually making sense or not.
Yeah.
But it's actually the feeling you're transmitting to your audience that actually matters. So it's a wild expectation for us, and we can't wait for, as I would say, the Afrobeats Messiah that's going to come and take over the world, that's going to hit that #1 on the US Billboard charts and everywhere else in the world.
Amazing, amazing. So now let's take a look at album releases and tours that made a whole impact this year as well. Tems, one of Nigeria's finest, exports. Tems embarked on her Born in the Wild tour, receiving acclaim for her live performances and her debut studio album. She captivated audiences worldwide, particularly with the hits like Ascent and Love Me Jeje. Now, Tems is out there doing fire, right? She's out there doing fire with her album. Ayra Starr also dropped her own album the year 2021, and that also has garnered international recognition. What do you have to say about this? The albums we're putting out and how they are internationally accepted. What do you have to say to this?
I think everybody's listening. I have executives, music execs all over the world, and they will clearly tell you that everybody wants an Afrobeat artist, right? Nobody expected the genre to grow as fast as it's growing right now, and we have lots of scouts. I can personally say, I know personally that there are a lot of scouts looking out for A&Rs, looking out for Afrobeat artists to find everywhere in the world. So it's expected. We'll have a lot more artists going on global tours. You see, Oxley just announced his global tour right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. Tems also. We're still anticipating certain albums this year.
Yeah.
And we know that it's going to carry on to a whole other level. Bonner has been doing it, selling out 80K on a regular, like it's nothing. So you can imagine where we're going. You can imagine if we're doing this in 2024, then you can expect what will happen in the next few years.
Now, just before you go, Luther, let's just quickly touch on this. The fact that international award recognitions quickly, we see how Nigerian Afrobeat artists are being put on, big awards, getting nominated, getting awards and things like that. So what's your take on this? Seeing the fact that this year alone, BET, the Grammys, and we have artists that when emerged out of, putting in the work for a period of time, like Odumodu Black is out there. He has been nominated for a BET award this year. So what's your take on this? Seeing how our artists are being recognized like that, even to the extent of awards.
Yeah, so the BET award for Best Hip Hop Artist like Odumodu Black was pretty much expected. For me, I'm an Odumodu fan. It's very raw music. It's pure talent, raw music, enough for anybody to see what's happening in the industry. Odumodu set a 5-year plan according to him, and he's actually achieving those goals right now. BET, we shouldn't talk about what happened with the Afrobeats category and the nominations and who won in question, but so far so good. We're getting all the right recognition we deserve. We're just hoping that we break through faster, we get more breakthrough artists. We haven't seen a breakthrough artist yet, but we're hoping to see one before the end of the year. And also next year, following up, we have several breakthrough artists collecting every category of awards available to us.
Thank you very much, Luther, for talking to us. Thank you for your wealth of knowledge as well, for sharing with us and our fans watching right here on the show. We'll definitely reach out to you again if we need updates on some vital issues. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, Matt.